The honourable member for Pictou Centre.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Labour. Mr. Speaker, the Minister responsible for the Workers' Compensation Board said in a previous answer that if there is an individual who can't perform their job duties and it is a result of a workplace accident, the Workers' Compensation Board is there to support them in their time of need. That's what this WCB is there for. It is to support our injured workers when they can't work in terms of insurance and covering their earnings. I couldn't agree more with the Minister's comments. However, Mr. Speaker, this often doesn't happen, and sadly the reality of many cases that come to my office is that they've been strong-armed by WCB. My question to the Minister, would he agree that the WCB is not always there for the injured worker?
The Honourable Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The WCB is there for the injured worker, and in cases that an injured worker feels that they are not having their needs met by WCB, there's an appeal process. In Pictou County alone, there is actually an advocacy group that works on behalf of workers, and that is also funded by our department. And Mr. Speaker, if the member has any individuals that feel that they are not getting the proper coverage from Workers' Compensation Board, I can provide the information to the member of the Pictou advocacy group, and they can help the constituents out. Thank you.
The honourable member for Pictou Centre.
Mr. Speaker, time doesn't permit for all the things I would like to say about that answer. However, Mr. Speaker, Daryl McKinnon, a constituent of mine from Pictou County, slipped and fell at his place of employment, injuring himself on February 13, 2013. Mr. McKinnon has been examined by several neurologists in this province who have rendered very convincing reports in his favour. However, it appears to me that it is very obvious the goal of the WCB is to reject these findings by sending patients for an independent medical examination of WCB's choosing with a follow-up letter to the workers stating that they have been denied and they need to bring forth new evidence to appeal. My question to the Minister, how can he sit and watch while WCB continues to deny legitimate claims and force injured workers to face a bureaucratic nightmare that often never gets resolved?
The Honourable Minister of Labour.
Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned earlier, there is a process, and if an injured worker feels that they are not getting the coverage that they deserve from Workers' Compensation Board, there's an appeal process. There are also advocacy groups that they can go and engage with, and that advocacy group will help them navigate through the appeal process. And there's one actually in Pictou, and I'm more than happy to share the information with the member. Thank you.